everybody, Cindy Daychuck here with Queen Bee Creations. I'm coming at you today with a cute little Easter craft. I'm going to show you how you can make these cute little rainbow eggs in time for Easter. Super easy and definitely super cute. This is all part of a collaboration series with a lot of other really creative folks. So after you finish watching my video, I want you to be able to pop down to the link below and check out some of the other spring related crafts that they've got going. I'm sure that you're going to find some other really creative ideas to be able to relieve some of your boredom, get some of your creative juices going. Without further delay, I'm going to pop you into the video so you can see how you can make these yourself. It is coming on Easter very soon, which means, of course, we need to be decorating eggs. Now, for this, I found these lovely large eggs at my local dollar store. You could use real eggs. You could get plastic eggs, like I'm going to be using. You could get smaller eggs, whatever size you've got. This is going to work perfectly. And we're going to be playing with some alcohol inks today. So these are lovely inks that really give kind of a unique, almost like watercolor effect to whatever you're doing. But the medium that you need instead of water is, of course, alcohol. You can pick this up at any grocery store, in the health section, or your local Shoppers Drug Mart, whatever store you happen to have. I have some in a spray bottle because it's easier to be able to manage. And for this particular craft, we are just simply going to be spritzing our egg and playing with some of our inks. Now, I've put aside kind of some alcohol inks that are a little more Easter colored, the purples and pinks, maybe orange, a little bit of green. And they often come in like a little colored 3-pack. So for this, you might find that one little colored 3-pack is more than enough. These go a long way. So look for more crafts using them up. So different ways that you can be able to use them. But they do go a really long way. So you're not gonna run out for this craft with just a little 3-pack. And they're already kind of coordinated in color. You can get them from your local craft store, like a Michael's. I'll put the link below to be able to link you into Amazon where you can pick some up. And there's like Holt's and Ranger. There's maybe about 2 different lines of these. Either of them work perfectly. Anything that says alcohol ink is fine. And we are simply going to prop up our egg. Now this is just a little plastic tray that I've got that kind of allows it to sit upright. You don't want to be touching it once it's wet. Alcohol is going to dry fairly quickly though. So you've got the opportunity to be able to move it, and you'll see we're going to do both ends. But I'm just going to kind of spray some of my alcohol on the top and start with my first color. So I am using a Purple Twilight. What it's called. Start with whatever your first color is, and I'm just gonna do 3 little blobs, and you can kind of see that this already starts to, let's see if I can get this a little closer to you, all starts to spread out and create patterns of its own. There we go. Let's grab a light plum. This is a wild plum. I have a bunch of colors, so I'm just playing with all of them. If I only had 3 colors, I would just be perfectly happy playing with my 3 colors. And they would probably coordinate better because I'm really not sure what these colors look like until I start putting them on. So let's get a little bit of a brighter color in there now. This is a sunshine yellow. It doesn't look good in the tube. It looks a little bit more golden brown. So go by the name. I'm going to put 1 blob right here at the top. And you can see it's just super simple because I'm just letting this do its own thing. And let's go with an orange, Valencia orange, because why not? We can do what we want. So one of the things that I'm trying to show you is there's really no rhyme or reason to this. And it's good because it's on its own, it's going to give you a very organic look. And I'm just going to kind of spritz it lightly again to kind of encourage some of that to bleed down. I'm gonna add maybe a little bit of green. This is a limeade green. Just to add a little bit, but I'm doing that about halfway down. And we just let it roll. So what I'm looking at is letting the top kind of dry out, and this kind of is, we'll just spritz it lightly again. And I had a much smaller spritzer, by the way, that somehow got clogged before this video started, just a little tiny pump one, which is all that you need. You can get those from the dollar store or from your local Shoppers Drug Mart or whatever. I was here in the shop, so I got a big honkin' water bottle, and I had to put about this much alcohol in it to be able to get it to spritz. But you can see that that second spritz kind of lightened that color up a little bit, which is lovely. I'm going to let this dry. It's only gonna take maybe about another 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and flip it over for you and show you how to finish off the bottom. We are, once these are totally dry, we are going to seal them so that, because right now, like even once they're dry, you spritz them with alcohol and they're all gonna run all over again. So we are gonna seal them, which is gonna take them from being matte to a little bit shinier, depending upon what kind of sealer you use, obviously. Okay, our egg is dry enough to handle. And what we want to do is kind of flip it over and just make sure that we've got a finished bottom. To do this, we're probably gonna want to have something that touches the surface of our painted part of our egg a little bit less than what this does. So I've made a little makeshift drying rack. It's gonna sit on the points of these nails, which is a very small surface, so it's not gonna mar our finish a lot. I just took a little plastic cap and I pushed them through. Now, it would have been way easier if I had some floral foam or maybe an old egg carton to be able to push the nails through, but I'm in my shop and I didn't. So you go with what you got, man. So I just pushed 4 nails through and it will allow it to kind of sit on the tips. And now we're just gonna paint a little bit in reverse. I don't need a lot because you can see a lot of the ink had run down, but I do need just a bit because there's just a couple of spots where it didn't quite reach. And so it gives me the opportunity to be able to add in a little bit more color and have it go in the opposite direction. So not as much ink as the first time, but I'm just looking to definitely cover whatever the white spots I've got left. I think a little dab of yellow over here will do it. And kind of make sure that I can see where you guys are at. And just a little bit of the alcohol to help it run. And then we just let it dry. Eggs have now dried, and what we're looking at doing is simply coating them. For this, as much as I love a matte finish on just about everything, on these I actually like a slightly shiny glaze. So for that, and here, guys, I came up with a much better stand. So all I did was I took a plastic plate, a styrofoam plate. I pushed nails through, so 4 nails for each egg, and taped the back so the nails, and you can see that this would hold all 4 eggs, and didn't think of it sooner, but it works great for the spraying. So for this, it's okay to try and put them on their sides, if I can. There we go. And I am just using an acrylic enamel in a high gloss. Typically for this, I would do it outside, but we are in the midst of a snowstorm, and I would always mask myself as well for the camera so that you can hear at least. I'm not, just for a quick second, but just nice, smooth, even light coats. Cover what you can see of it, both ends, let it dry, turn it over, and do it again, all right? And I have a couple done so that you end up with a nice glossy surface like this. Look how pretty these are. So simple, so easy. But give this a try, super, super easy, and really gives a nice, cute, kind of batik look to the eggs that's going to just kind of pop on the Easter table. Take care, until next time. Cindy Daychuk, Queen Bee Creations home for all of your paint and supplies.